Hello, I'm Danny and welcome to BHP Bikes. Today I am out on the Honda CRF Rally. Let's have a look around this bike, but firstly let's just admire the beauty in this bike. It's flipping gorgeous looking bike, isn't it? I mean the colour scheme, the blue, I tell you what, it does look very good. I mean there are a few things I don't like, and sorry, let's get to them now. Right, I'm not entirely sure I like the squinty eye. I mean, I don't know. It just looks, I don't know, it doesn't look right to me. But the other thing I really don't like, and I mentioned it in a few videos, and that I pretty much guarantee that that is not carbon fibre. That is carbon effect. And I don't like carbon effect. It's either is or it isn't. If it isn't, it's not. So let's not pretend it is. It'd just been better off with a matte black or a satin black or something else. So if this was my bike, I'd be wrapping that straight away. The next thing is I'm not quite sure whether I take this off-roading or not, because it's an awful lot of plastic. I mean, you've got this bash plate here, and you know, you're gonna smash it to bits. I mean, I know how hard I ride my CRF and the situations I get in with it, and how much that bash plate has kind of, well, I've used it to get over logs and all sorts in the past. So I don't know if there's aftermarket stuff on that. I'm sure there is, but I'm not convinced that it's yeah, I'm just not convinced it's a good idea. And I mean, there's a lot of plastic. It's very nice, it's very pretty, and you can, you know, it's very good looking, but you're just not sure you'd want to use it for what it's kind of designed to do. And I mean, the other thing is oh, they have done it on this. Well, hey, they've actually put a folding lever on this one. On my one, on my 250L, I had to change all that, because as soon as you drop it, they obviously bend and snap that. But yeah, I mean, styling wise, I think it looks great. I mean, it's not an Africa Twin, but it does look like its little brother, and that is good. A couple of other things I don't like about it is this cable here. I mean, like, what an afterthought. I mean, the ABS situation, because this is the front brake pipe and the ABS sensor. I mean, you know, great, ABS on the bike, perfect. You know, I've locked the front of mine a couple of times because I'm a knob. So ABS, I have no problems with that. But then they've kind of it's just an afterthought of where they've routed it. Someone could have done a better design than that. And then obviously you've got the ABS on-off switch here as well, but it just looks like an afterthought. And it's like, oh shit, we need to put that on quick. Oh, we'll just put a switch over there. And then I don't know if you can see, but if you look in there, let it focus. Come on, focus. Focus. Focus on there. There we go. Is that focused? Anyway, there we go. Look, in there is bare wires. I mean, there's the plastic there to hide them, cover them up, but it's not there. It's just lacking a little bit of quality. And then while we're at this part as well, the dash is all the way up here. And now the dash is very nice. I actually prefer it to my 250L one, but it's kind of up quite high. And why couldn't they put it kind of lower down? There's just this big gaping space here that it's just, I don't know, I just think it's badly designed. And then they've come up with this, which I assume is where you put your sat-nav mount, and that's a great idea, a great feature. And you know, it works very well in fact. Now, the CRF250L didn't come with handguards, and on mine they're an aftermarket ones, yada yada. And this does, right? This is a standard, but they're going to last about, I don't know, lay it down once, they're broken. I'm a little bit disappointed, Honda, to be honest. They ain't going to last 2 minutes. You know, they are handguards and they'll suffice, but they're not really durable, and that's kind of what the point of this bike I think is meant to be about. I mean, it's trying to look like a Dakar bike, but it doesn't have the quality there, I don't think, to make it into a bike that I don't think you could green lane in it. Well, you could, but I just think it's going to get very expensive and you're going to damage it, and that's kind of where I think the 250L should be. Right, so let's get a bit Anaraki on you then. So, the Rally has 24 horsepower, 8,500 revs, and 22.6 newton meters of torque at 6,750 revs. The seat height is 895 millimeters, and it weighs 157 kilos. The fuel tank has 10.1 litres, and the retail price is about 5.3-ish Great British pounds. So let's go back and compare all those stats to the CRF250L. The CRF250L has about 23 horsepower, it's 1 horsepower less. The torque is exactly the same. The seat height is about 20 millimeters lower on the 250L. So this is, if you're a bit taller like myself, this should be more comfortable. The weight of the 250L is actually about 11 kilos less. But I assume that's because it hasn't got all the plastic on it and ABS and all that sort of nonsense. And the fuel tank on the 250L is only 7.8 litres compared to 10.1. So one of the problems I have with my 250L is the fuel range on it is pants. So once you've started pissing around with the exhaust, making it go quicker, you need to fill up a lot more often. I'm filling up every 70-80 miles with mine, which is fine for what I need to do, but sometimes I sit there and wish I had a bit of a bigger tank. Right, let's go and have a look at the dash. We may as well show you the start-up sequence. Get my arm on this. Ooh. So, on the dash you have your fuel gauge here, you have the speedo, the time, the miles, and your rev counter. Now, on the 250L, it doesn't have a rev counter, which I find quite annoying actually. I'd like to know. It's just something that I think every bike should have it, to be honest. It's a given. So, with this, the exhaust is obviously the standard Honda exhaust. And it sounds a lot better than the 250L's stock one did, but it still could do with a bit of improvement. So, should we have a... So it's just popping away there. It's got quite a nice rasp to it, but you can I still think it would be best suited with an FMF or something, just to let it flow and breathe a little bit more. But other than that, that's kind of my first thoughts on it, really. I kind of really like it, and there's a few things that I really don't like about it. But it is a budget bike, and you know, for 5.3, you know, it's going to be a great commuter. In fact, I think this is what it is. It's a commuter bike, with the occasional very tame green lane trail kind of riding. I mean, you just have to sit and think, do you want one of these or the 250L? And if you're going to do a little bit more green laning and a little less commuting than the 250L all day long, if you're just going to ride around, do a bit of car park green laning like in here, then it's great. I mean, you know, compared to, for the price difference between the 250L and this, you're looking at about £1,000, £800, £1,000, depending on your dealer and whatnot. So, you know, it is a great looking bike. I don't deny that. It is very, very good looking, and it rides really well as well. I mean, I've been out on it for an hour or so now. Yeah, quite enjoying it. Anyway, right, I think that's enough of me waffling on. Let's jump back on the bike and take it for a bit more of a spin. I'd love to go and take this green lane in, but I've literally put the first few miles on it, and yeah, I think it'd be a bit cheeky of me to get it all shitted up. So you'll have to just assume it rides very much like the 250L, which, according to Honda, it's the same. It's just this has got a bit more of a dress on. But as you can see, it's quite sprightly straight out of the box. Very sprightly straight out of the box, to be honest. It accelerates well. I mean, I think it's geared a little bit better as standard. But yeah, it's quite, you know. I don't think you'd be disappointed if you buy it. Even though in the walk around there's a few things I don't like about the bike, I'm being really overly critical. I'm not. It's not really anything I don't really like. There's a few things I'd change, but with any bike that you buy, there's always things you want to change and improve and work on. So, you know, don't let this put you off. This is a phenomenal bike. You just need to make that decision whether you're buying a 250L
or the 250 Rally. Now, I bought the 250L purely because I want to do a lot more green laning, and I abuse it basically. I bounce it off logs and all sorts of crap, and not because I'm good, just because I'm a bit of a newbie to it all. And you know, I've dropped mine, well, I mean, you've seen me drop it 3 times on camera. God knows how many times I've dropped it, you know, not on camera. So, you know, that's where you're going, because I mean, the plastics on this, it ain't going to be cheap if you drop it, and you're going to want a bash plate. I mean, I've driven over logs and used the bash plate to get over. So, you know, that's what you've got to start thinking about, really. I mean, as far as looks go, I really like this, even though it's got a squinty eye headlight. I've got the same in my S1000, and to be honest, it adds character to it, a bit of personality. I mean, if I had my own way, I'd probably like to change it on this, but once again, I mean, it is a £5 bike, so you have to draw a line somewhere, and also you have to draw a line at where you keep spending your money. I mean, you know, I'd rather get a bit more performance, so FMF exhaust, you know, EJK again, bigger sprocket at the back, smaller at the front, you know, all the usual 250L mods you do, but you have to sit there and draw a line. You know, if you start spending that amount of money, is it worth it, is it not? You know, it's completely up to you. I mean, I really like it. I mean, I have no problems with this at all. If the 250L wasn't out, I'd have bought this, no questions. So it cruises along quite nicely. It's not a bad little bike, to be honest. I just wish Honda would make a 450 or something just a little bit more punchy. The Africa Twins is too much, and this is too little. There's got to be something in between. And then I'd sell my CRF tomorrow and buy that without a shadow of a doubt. No question. Got to be really careful. These tyres are squirming all over the place. They've still got all the injection mould bobbles on them, so, you know, quite squirrely, probably the best way to describe it. Oh, the brakes are now biting up a bit. They're good, getting a bit of feedback from them now. As you'd expect from Honda, the gear changes are very positive, and they go in, and you know, it's a nice solid clunk, and you know, you can just feel with Honda the quality, and you know, and even though this bike does feel a bit budgety, like the running gear and whatnot, you know, it's never going to let you down. It just feels a little bit pants, I suppose. But I say, I'd have no problems about riding one of these around the world. No questions. I can't see it being an issue or anything at all. I think it'll be pretty good, to be honest. Yeah, so I'm showing an indicator just shy of 70, which would be about 65-ish, and it's no struggle getting there at all. It's doing it very easily. The indicators on this are on all the time as running lights, which I think is a good thing. I'm not sure I like the look of it, really, but I think anything to add to the chance of you being seen by cars and other whatnots is a good thing. You know, that could save your life. So I'm not going to complain about it. I'm just not a great fan of looking at it, really. Alright, should we see if we can wind this baby up? I'm already sat at 50. $70 seems to be where it tops out at for me, but I'm a big lump, so I'm not surprised. So that's probably doing an indicator, probably a true 67 maybe. reality. Alright, the rain's started to come now, so I'm going to end the video there. I'd like to thank South Coast Honda for lending me the CRF250 Rally. So if you are in the Chichester area, please do make sure you drop by and say hello to them, maybe test ride a bike, buy one. And I'm also going to say goodbye. So thanks for watching. Please do make sure you like, share, subscribe. Do give me the thumbs up, and I'll catch you all in the next video. See you soon. Bye bye.